As the dust settled metaphorically from the failed mission over Hiroshima, the gears of war grinded on. The initial shock within the Allied command quickly morphed into a renewed sense of grim determination. The war in the Pacific raged on, and the cost of each passing day was measured in lives. The failed detonation of Little Boy was a setback, but not a deterrent. General Groves, the overseer of the Manhattan Project, demanded answers. A team of experts was immediately assembled to dissect the failed device and determine the cause of the malfunction. Secrecy was paramount. The world could not know of the fallibility of their ultimate weapon. Meanwhile, President Truman faced mounting pressure to bring the war to a swift conclusion. The invasion of Japan loomed as a terrifying prospect, promising unprecedented casualties on both sides. The stakes were impossibly high, and the weight of the world rested on his shoulders. With Hiroshima shrouded in an eerie silence, preparations for the deployment of Fat Man over Nagasaki intensified. The lessons, whatever they may be, from Hiroshima needed to be applied swiftly. The crew of the B-29 Boxcar, the aircraft assigned to deliver Fat Man, received their orders. Their mission was clear: deliver the payload and ensure its detonation. There was no room for error, no margin for failure. As the Boxcar prepared for takeoff, a sense of foreboding hung in the air. The memory of Hiroshima's near miss haunted the minds of those involved. The scientists, engineers, and military personnel worked tirelessly to ensure that Fat Man would not suffer the same fate. Every component was meticulously inspected, every connection double-checked. The fate of Nagasaki, and perhaps the world, rested on their diligence. Meanwhile, in the heart of Nagasaki, life continued unaware of the impending doom. The citizens went about their daily routines, oblivious to the storm gathering on the horizon. The factories churned out war materials, the schools educated the next generation, and the temples offered solace. The city was a vibrant hub of activity, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. But time was running out. The Boxcar, carrying Fat Man, was already in the air, hurtling towards its target. The crew members steeled themselves for the task ahead, their faces etched with determination and apprehension. They knew the destructive power they carried, and the immense responsibility that came with it. As the aircraft approached Nagasaki, the weather conditions began to deteriorate. Thick clouds obscured the city below, making visual targeting impossible. The crew faced a difficult decision: proceed with the mission despite the poor visibility, or abort and return to base. The pressure to deliver the bomb was immense, but the risk of missing the target and causing unnecessary civilian casualties was equally daunting. After tense deliberation, the decision was made to proceed, relying on radar to guide them. The bomb bay doors opened, and Fat Man began its descent towards Nagasaki. The world held its breath, bracing for the inevitable. The fate of Nagasaki, and perhaps the course of history, hung precariously in the balance. As Fat Man hurtled towards the city, a sense of dread washed over the crew of the Boxcar. They knew that in a matter of seconds, countless lives would be extinguished, and a vibrant city would be reduced to rubble. The weight of that knowledge was almost unbearable. But they also believed that their actions were necessary to end the war and prevent further bloodshed. The conflicting emotions tore at their hearts as they watched the bomb fall. On the ground in Nagasaki, few had any idea of the impending catastrophe. Some heard the distant drone of an aircraft, but dismissed it as just another routine flight. Others noticed the sky growing brighter, but attributed it to the changing weather. Only a handful sensed that something terrible was about to happen. But their warnings were lost in the noise and confusion of the city. And then, with a blinding flash, Fat Man detonated. The world changed forever in that instant. The mushroom cloud billowed into the sky, a terrifying symbol of the destructive power of nuclear weapons. Nagasaki was engulfed in flames, and the cries of the dying filled the air. The war was about to end, but at a horrific cost. The devastation in Nagasaki was immense, far exceeding anything previously witnessed. The city was reduced to a wasteland, and tens of thousands of people perished in the blink of an eye. The survivors were left to grapple with the unimaginable horror of what had happened. The world looked on in shock and disbelief, struggling to comprehend the magnitude of the tragedy. The bombing of Nagasaki marked a turning point in history, ushering in the nuclear age. The events of that day would forever be etched in the collective memory of humanity. The hope was that the world would learn from this tragedy. The hope was that such a catastrophe would never happen again. But the future remained uncertain, overshadowed by the looming threat of nuclear annihilation. Unbeknownst to them, 3 days later, Nagasaki becomes the target. This time, the bomb functions as intended, unleashing its devastating power. The war ends soon after, but the world grapples with the moral implications of nuclear warfare. Hiroshima, spared from destruction, becomes a symbol of near-miss tragedy. The unexploded bomb becomes a source of intense study, revealing flaws in the weapon's design. Scientists and engineers from around the globe converge on the city. They meticulously examine the fallen behemoth, seeking to understand why it failed. Theories abound, ranging from faulty wiring to atmospheric interference. The truth, however, lies in a single, imperfectly soldered connection, a human error magnified on a global scale. The revelation sends ripples through the scientific community, prompting a reassessment of safety protocols. Meanwhile, Hiroshima transforms. No longer a target of obliteration, it becomes a beacon of resilience. A museum is erected around the unexploded bomb, a chilling reminder of humanity's destructive potential. Visitors from all corners of the earth come to witness the silent testament to averted disaster. Survivors, known as hibakusha, share their stories of fear and uncertainty, their voices echoing through the halls. The hibakusha recount the moments leading up to the anticipated blast. They describe the eerie calm, the blinding flash, and the agonizing wait that never culminated in destruction. The city thrives, a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. Parks and memorials dot the landscape, replacing what might have been with symbols of hope. Yet, the shadow of what could have been lingers, a constant presence in the collective consciousness. The alternate timeline sees a world grappling with the same ethical dilemmas, but with a different set of historical landmarks. The debate over nuclear proliferation rages on, fueled by the near miss in Hiroshima. Some argue that the city's survival proves the inherent danger of such weapons, advocating for complete disarmament. Others maintain that nuclear deterrence is necessary to prevent larger conflicts, pointing to the war's swift conclusion after Nagasaki. The question lingers: would a world without Hiroshima be a world more or less prone to nuclear conflict? Or does the memory of Nagasaki serve as a sufficient deterrent? The answer remains elusive, lost in the labyrinth of human nature and geopolitical strategy. Historians and philosophers ponder the ramifications of this averted catastrophe. They analyze the delicate balance between technological advancement and moral responsibility. Hiroshima stands as a unique case study, a city both touched by tragedy and spared from annihilation. Its existence challenges conventional narratives of war and peace, forcing humanity to confront its own capacity for both destruction and redemption. The world continues on its path, forever marked by the events of August 1945. But in this alternate reality, the absence of a mushroom cloud over Hiroshima casts a long, complex shadow, shaping the future in ways both subtle and profound. The unexploded bomb, now a relic of a bygone era, draws scientists and historians alike. Its presence serves as a constant reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation. The museum becomes a center for peace, education, promoting dialogue and understanding among nations. Visitors leave with a renewed commitment to preventing future conflicts and building a more peaceful world. The story of Hiroshima becomes a cautionary tale, a reminder of the devastating consequences of war. It inspires movements for nuclear disarmament and global cooperation. The city's resilience becomes a symbol of hope, demonstrating the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. The hibakusha, once victims of near annihilation, become advocates for peace and reconciliation. Their voices carry a message of forgiveness and understanding, urging the world to learn from the past. The legacy of Hiroshima extends far beyond its borders, influencing global politics and shaping international relations. The world grapples with the ethical implications of nuclear weapons, striving to prevent another near-miss tragedy. The memory of Nagasaki serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of these weapons. It fuels the debate over nuclear deterrence and the need for arms control agreements. The absence of a mushroom cloud over Hiroshima allows for a different kind of reflection. It prompts humanity to consider the potential consequences of its actions and the importance of responsible leadership. The city's survival becomes a testament to the power of diplomacy and the importance of international cooperation. It inspires efforts to resolve conflicts peacefully and to build a more just and equitable world. The story of Hiroshima becomes a symbol of hope, demonstrating the potential for humanity to overcome its destructive tendencies. It reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable horror, there is always the possibility of redemption. The world learns from the near miss, striving to prevent future nuclear catastrophes. The legacy of Hiroshima becomes a call to action, urging humanity to build a more peaceful and sustainable future. The city stands as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can prevail. Its story continues to inspire generations, shaping the world in ways both subtle and profound. The absence of a mushroom cloud allows for a deeper understanding of the human cost of war. It prompts reflection on the importance of empathy and compassion in preventing future conflicts. The world remembers Hiroshima, not for its destruction, but for its resilience and its enduring message of peace. The alternate reality serves as a constant reminder of the choices we face and the future we can create.